So I have a theory, and that theory is that social media is making me way less creative. When I started making content 2 years ago, I really wasn't consuming that much, but so far this year, this is how much time I have wasted doom scrolling. I'm ashamed. Okay, I know I'm a terrible person. But to put it bluntly, social media has been making me feel shit recently. I just feel like a tightly wound bit of string. So I thought, what is going to happen if I just remove Instagram, remove TikTok, block them from my phone for at least 2 weeks? My notes app currently looks like this. There is not a good idea in there. In fact, there's no ideas in there. So I'm going to see if I can fill a page in my notes app by the end of this 2 weeks and just see if actually consuming less makes me more creative and makes me have better ideas. So let's go. I am now over 24 hours into my social media ban. It feels good, I'm not gonna lie, it still feels weird. Like, I open my phone and then I'm like, oh wait, my phone doesn't really do a lot now. But I am off to somewhere very, very exciting. I have booked to go to an exhibition called Electric Dreams at the Tate Modern. I'm gonna go solo, so I'm excited.
A few moments later.
I fear I am the worst kind of person because I do not read things in exhibitions, particularly art exhibitions. I'm more of a visual person. So I was like in and out of there within, I'm not joking, probably about 10 or 15 minutes. Does that make me a bad person? Probably. I just don't have the attention span. Do you know what I mean? Basically, I have this app, it's called Screen Zen. So like when I go onto Instagram, it says that, and it says 1 day streak. So I'm kind of making a game out of it, which is fun. But now, instead of heading back home, because I was in and out of there so quickly, I am reading this tandem read, Throne of Glass, Empire of Storms, and Tower of Dawn. I'm still getting through it. So that's my plan for the afternoon. What a beautiful day. Oh my god, so last week I finally completed Cyberpunk. I've been playing it for years and I just never finished it. I was just browsing like what other games they had this evening, and they've remastered Oblivion. I've never played Oblivion, I don't think, but I loved Skyrim, and I feel like this is just a blessing because now I have hours and hours of entertainment. It's going straight in my basket. I don't think I've noticed any major differences yet. I feel like because it is only 3 days in, I'm definitely a lot more present. It's all good. It's all good. The world hasn't ended that I haven't been able to refresh my Instagram feed 50 times a day. The world is still spinning. We're all good. And it's just reminding me that like I do actually enjoy doing other things and I'm not actually too tired to do it at the end of a work day or whatever. It's just that so much of my time gets eaten up through mindless scrolling that I didn't even know I was doing. Like the amount of times I've realised I've picked my phone up is such a wake-up call, because before I was getting what I want, so I was going onto the app and just like burning time away in chunks. So it never feels like it's a huge amount of time, but it all adds up. I'm in a good mood if you can't tell. I was just filming myself and somebody walked past and they looked right at me. I'm always sat on this chair whenever I speak to you. It's Saturday today and I have no plans, which is funny when you don't have a device to scroll on, because you've actually got to either just accept the boredom or find something to do. I'm not really doing a lot, and there are times when I'm like, I'm a little bit bored, but it's a hell of a lot nicer than, you know that feeling when it gets to Monday and you're like, I really wanted a really relaxing weekend of switching off, but all you did was scroll, and then you never feel fully rested on Monday when it comes back to work and all responsibilities. So I feel like my weekends are a lot more restorative, which is nice. We love that. And also, I did mention this before, but the days go so much slower, which is fab because time moves so fast.
Orange. Excited, it's not going to be an F1 driver, but certainly not underestimating.
This guy's got the biggest bum cheat in history.
Wow. I'm bad for that. I am officially 7 days into this experience, shall we call it, and honestly, like, the only reason I realized that it was 7 days is because I tried to go on Instagram and then it came up saying that I had a 7-day streak. I thought it was like 5 or 6 days, but maybe I'm just bad at maths, I don't know. So I was quite surprised to see that 7 day. I was like, oh, how am I feeling about that? I don't know. I feel like I've been doing some other things, okay, other than scrolling. I have been gaming, okay? I don't know if that's necessarily like a good thing, but I think the whole thing about scrolling, and it's the reason that it makes me feel so crap, is because it's just mindless and it's not like, there's no intention there. Whereas with gaming or with like watching a film or reading, it's like I have chosen that this is what I want to do, and I actually do get some sort of enjoyment from it. So that's what I'm telling myself. It's like fine to do these things because I actually genuinely love doing them and they don't make me feel crap or not creative like scrolling seems to have done and taken its toll. I've read so much more the last week since I've started reading in like the evenings and just in spare time. I think I've read like another 30% combined of the books. I'm still finding it weird, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have been scrolling on LinkedIn to feel something. I have tried to stop myself going on YouTube randomly. I feel like there's something I'm missing out on at the minute. I feel like I'm not out of the joke, I'm out of the fun. But then I have to keep reminding myself that like the people that I care about and the people that care about me, they'll text me if something happens. So that's where I'm at right now, okay? I don't feel like I have any more creative ideas than I did before. I obviously haven't been intentionally like trying to sit down and come up with content ideas. However, I did come up with the idea for this channel while I was in the first few days, and I wrote a whole bunch of things down a few days ago, and this was one of them. So the whole point of this challenge was to get my creativity back, and I was being really harsh on myself the first few days that I just hadn't got that back straight away. But then I revisited a little list that I started to make at the start of this challenge, and I actually came up with so many ideas. And one of the ideas, well, a big idea, was actually creating this channel and having like an outlet to talk about stuff that I'm interested in that's not necessarily just about running, which is all the content that I make now. So that's like a huge thing that I've started to action whilst I'm staying away from all of the short form stuff. So things that I noticed like straight off the bat that felt really good was I am no longer scrolling in the evenings, which honestly like can keep me up quite late usually. I obviously don't have the option to scroll at night, and then same thing scrolling in the morning. Like pretty much as soon as I open my eyes, within 5 minutes I'm getting out of bed and not checking my phone, and I can really feel the benefit because you're not wasting time, and also you can just start off your day on a bad foot if you get into a bit of a scroll hole, or if you see something online that you don't like, or if you see an email that you're not quite ready to tackle yet. So I've just found that to be really, really nice, and it's felt like my mornings have been actually calmer and just more chilled, which is I'm all for a chilled life, okay? So that's felt just really, really nice. My kind of like content niche is running and like slow running and just trying to get as many people running as possible, no matter their pace. And I'm obviously still been running, I've just not been filming anything, which has actually been so nice because sometimes when I'm filming content on all of my runs, it feels like running isn't just mine and my thing anymore, and it has been a bit of like a breath of fresh air. I can just kind of go out on my run and not have to worry about being entertaining, or do you know what I mean? Just enjoy running for what it is, and I've really been liking that, I'm not gonna lie. Another thing that is actually really hard is being okay with being bored. Because I feel like as soon as I've got any dead time, my initial thing is just to pick my phone up and try and fill that time, usually by scrolling. And then I think that's how you get sucked into just wasting hours and hours on content that like you're not gaining any value from, or not even like entertainment. It's not entertaining, it's just like an awful habit that you can't break out of. It's felt very self-carey so far. We're coming up to London Marathon now, and obviously like all of my content is about running, and all of my friends and other people are going to be ramping up their content now, so it feels like such a weird time to switch off when like running is in its peak online at the minute. Anyway, I need to go and buy a bath mat now, so I'm going to go and do that. I just feel like my inner child is alive. Now that I am well and truly over 7 days of no social media, I thought I would tell you what I've actually been doing instead of scrolling on my phone non-stop. I feel like I've been doing things that I used to do as a kid. In the evenings, I've just been enjoying gaming, watching film or like a new series. I have been going out on walks after my like working day. I'm not a walker. I don't love walking unless it's like a new area. I use walking as like a mode of transport and that's it. However, I've literally been doing like a 20 to 30 minute lap near where I live. And it's been really nice just to separate the day from the evening and then kind of like go into the come home, unwind, have some dinner. And one thing that I have noticed is time goes slower. I'm terrified of death, let's be real now. It keeps me up at night sometimes thinking that one day, you know, I'm not going to be here. That time is going so quick. I just had my 30th birthday last month and I'm like, how did that happen? Newsflash, if you stop scrolling, time goes slower. I don't know how, but it does. You're never gonna guess what day it is. Excuse my disheveled look and good morning. I just wanted to update you on where we are in this whole crazy experiment. So, I have gone 16 days with no social media. I thought it was supposed to be 2 weeks, right? But then I realised I said I was gonna do it until the 1st of May, which is today. And so it was actually 16 days, not 14 days. And I've done it. I've completed it. I'm not gonna lie, I was really apprehensive about going back online after so long offline, and I'm still trying to figure out why that is. I think it's because I feel so much better now that I was really worried that I was gonna like undo all the progress that I'd made. But I know I have a problem. We've admitted that. I think I got Instagram when I was maybe like 15, between 15 and 17 maybe, and I'm 30 now. So like I'm not going to undo 15 years of bad habit in 2 weeks. But what it has made me realise is that I have a problem, and I actually feel so much better when I'm not scrolling in all of my free time. So I've adjusted my app. I've done a strict block on Saturday and Sunday. I don't need to be scrolling on a Saturday and Sunday. I've got better things to do most of the time. For midweek, I have blocked it up until 10:30 in the morning, and then I've blocked it again in the evening from 6 p.m. and I'm only allowed on it for 10 minutes at a time 3 times. 3 times. So that's 30 minutes total per day. Honestly, that how I feel now to how I felt 2 weeks ago is night and day. At the start of this week, my notes app looked like this. If you remember, there was nothing going on in there or up here. And this is how we're looking right now. I just think that it showed me that in order for me to create content or even just come up with ideas that I really like and feel unique to me, I need to consume less. I think it is really worth reminding ourselves that apps like Instagram and like TikTok are made to be addictive. I was reading this article from one of the guys who made the infinite scroll feature, which is the feature that's in Instagram and TikTok where there's like no end to the scrolling. And he basically came out and said that he completely regrets making this feature and that he doesn't allow his children to use it because it's that addictive and it's that bad for our brains. That was it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know if you are deciding to take a little social media break or if you just need to kind of like reassess your boundaries with it. I'm going to leave a link for the app that I used in the description box. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. I use it on my phone and also on my computer. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, because I have so many more videos coming soon, and I'm just really excited that this is the start of my channel and that I got to share that with you guys. Also, if you are into running and that's your thing, check out my running channel. I'm also going to leave that in the description box below. And until then, I will see you in the next video.